Dr. Eleanor Vance, a historian with a thirst for the unknown, dedicated her life to understanding the past. Her current obsession, the ruins of the Temple of Amun-Ra, nestled deep within the Egyptian desert. The temple, untouched for millennia, whispered secrets of a forgotten time. Eleanor, armed with her wit and a well-worn notebook, sought to decipher them. The temple's weathered stones, adorned with cryptic hieroglyphs, became her obsession. She spent her days meticulously documenting the intricate carvings, convinced they held the key to a long-lost civilization. The desert night fell, blanketing the temple in an eerie silence. Eleanor, exhausted but exhilarated, retired to her tent near the ancient structure. Little did she know, the temple was about to speak to her in a language beyond her comprehension, the language of dreams. As she drifted off to sleep, the whispers of the past began to weave their way into her subconscious, drawing her into a mystery centuries old. Eleanor's sleep was disturbed by a vivid dream. A bustling city, grand and opulent, materialized before her eyes. People, dressed in clothes she had only seen in ancient texts, went about their day. This wasn't just a dream, it felt like a memory. The city, bathed in the warm hues of the setting sun, was suddenly engulfed in shadow. A colossal wall of water, towering over the city, crashed down, swallowing everything in its path. Eleanor woke with a gasp, her heart pounding. The dream felt real, the terror palpable. Eleanor initially dismissed it as a product of an overactive imagination. However, the dream lingered, its details seared into her mind. She couldn't shake off the feeling that it held a deeper significance. Driven by an unexplainable force, Eleanor returned to her research, her focus now shifted. She scoured her notes, looking for any mention of a great flood in the temple's history. The dreams continued, each one a fragment of a larger story. Eleanor saw priests performing rituals under a sky choked with smoke. She witnessed the fear in their eyes as they looked upon a celestial event, a fiery red star blazing in the sky. Each dream was like a piece of a jigsaw puzzle, and Eleanor was determined to put it together. She began to meticulously record her dreams, noting down every detail. The cryptic symbols from the temple walls, once indecipherable, started to make sense. They weren't just depictions of daily life or religious ceremonies, they were warnings. The dreams, she realized, weren't random. They were messages from the past, echoing through time, urging her to listen. Eleanor's research took on a new urgency. She knew she was on the verge of uncovering something groundbreaking, something that had been hidden for centuries. Eleanor, piecing together the dream fragments and the temple's warnings, had a startling realization. The civilization she saw in her dreams, the one that met a cataclysmic end, wasn't just any civilization. It was the very civilization that had built the Temple of Amun-Ra. The hieroglyphs, she now understood, weren't mere stories, they were prophecies. They spoke of a celestial event, a rogue star that passed close to Earth, causing unprecedented natural disasters. Floods, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, the very calamities that had wiped out the civilization. And the fiery red star in her dream? It was not just a celestial body, it was a harbinger of doom. The ancient warnings, once shrouded in mystery, were now terrifyingly clear. History, it seemed, was poised to repeat itself. Driven by a sense of dread and responsibility, Eleanor delved deeper into the prophecy. She discovered that the ancient astronomers had predicted the return of the rogue star. They had warned their people of the impending disaster, urging them to prepare. But their warnings went unheeded, dismissed as superstition. Now, centuries later, the celestial clock was ticking once again. The rogue star, the harbinger of destruction, was on its way back. Eleanor's research indicated that the star's trajectory would bring it dangerously close to Earth, just like it had centuries ago. The ancient prophecy, once a mere whisper from the past, was on the verge of becoming a terrifying reality. The fate of the world, it seemed, rested on her shoulders. Armed with her newfound knowledge, Eleanor knew she had to act fast. The world needed to be warned about the impending disaster. She had to find a way to make people understand the urgency of the situation, to make them believe in a threat that seemed ripped from the pages of a science fiction novel. But how do you convince the world that an ancient prophecy, revealed in dreams and deciphered from temple walls, is a real and present danger? Eleanor knew the task ahead was daunting, but she was determined to prevent history from repeating itself. The race against fate had begun.